In the aftermath of George Floyd, there was obviously peaceful protests happening all throughout the city that we were participating in, and then there was a night of unrest in St. Louis, and I was living above Bella's Frozen Yogurt, and their windows got smashed in. The next morning, I took my dog out for a walk, and I saw kind of the damage to the city, and as I was walking, I was seeing the boards go up on these windows, and I went back inside and logged on to remote work, and was thinking, what do we do? And the thought was that we needed to do something different than had been done before.
By the time the first mural at Bella's came along, in my head, I'm thinking, all right, if we're gonna be saying Black Lives Matter on this thing, it needs to be a black artist saying this. And I was sure to mention this to Tyson because, if not, how are we actually, being the change that we want to see in our local community? So that's actually why we ended up calling it PaintedBlack STL. So when we got down there, it was just like, what's the most important thing that I want to convey? Like, Black Lives Matter, sure, and we're in St. Louis, so let's, if we can help it, try to focus that lens on St. Louis itself. So, STL-BLM.
Just being out on the street for that first time, really, and having people walk by, there was pretty immediate community support.
We have received a lot more inquiries than Jayvn, myself, and Tyson, I think, have been able to keep up with, which is a good thing. We all have full-time jobs. I'm a full-time mom of 2, so it's the balance is definitely a challenge. There is no shortage of artists whatsoever. There's no shortage of talent here in the city.
I immediately could tell that they were very sincere. They were adamant about taking care of the artist, about making sure that their voices, that their work was heightened, was showcased, was not altered in any way, shape, or form. They made sure that any business collaborations, that the artist was still going to be respected.
I think there was a lot of equity and diversity and inclusion reckoning going on both nationally and in the organization, and we all felt really passionate about that. We wanted to do something like 15 art installations, so we don't know 15 artists, and we thought this is the perfect opportunity to engage PaintedBlack and empower them to recruit some artists that we would commission to then paint something or create something or sculpt something that would represent a moment in Midsummer Night's Dream.
The Kranzberg Arts Foundation has been working towards a mural initiative, and Sophie's, which you see here, for the last 3 years we've been working on these initiatives, and so we very quickly pivoted our conversations towards what PaintedBlack STL could do to become part of that, and that's the beginning.
The future of PaintedBlack is in Jayvn and Charlie's hands, and I think that they are doing a remarkable job, and they're reaching out to other community members to find the people that can help support. So I think that it's important for PaintedBlack to go forward. I think it's important for PaintedBlack to go forward with Black leaders.
Ultimately, with the growth of the organization, we want to be able to continue the project that we're doing on larger scales. So to be able to give a platform to more artists to have their work shown, more exposure for them, and to really display, I think, the talent of the city overall.
It's super clear to me now that their PaintedBlack, or something like it, rather, absolutely has to be here, because we wouldn't have gotten that support if that weren't the case.
Thank you to the Arts and Education Council for the Arts Innovator Award.
Thank you to the Arts and Education Council for awarding PaintedBlack the Arts Innovator Award.
Thank you so much, Arts and Education Council, for the award, the Arts Innovation Award for PaintedBlack St. Louis.